for me, it doesn't change.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Leigh's Lockdown Live. No, I'm only kidding, guys. This is the opportunity that we are going to be interviewing the fantastic Katerina Kestemont. I'm Leigh Shenton.
And I'm Paula Mould.
And we are business and mindset mentors for creative professionals who want to create sexy as fuck businesses and sell shitloads of art. And that's why we are interviewing the fantastic Katerina Kestemont here live today. Katerina is a watercolor artist creating these most incredible paintings of the feminine divine. And I'm just going to check to make sure that we are live in the right place before we get cracking on with doing the interview. Fantastic. Here we are. So, Katerina, I'm going to just read a little blurb about you before we go ahead with the questions, and then you can introduce yourself. So Katerina's written this lovely little thing, and she says that Katerina moved to Zurich when she was 20 without speaking a word of German. After 13 years, she dropped everything and moved to the beautiful Swiss Riviera. She's traveled all over the world and has slept in tents in the desert, cut gemstones and dug in gemstone mines, and even had a close encounter with a snake. Katerina practiced Aikido for 10 years, which introduced her to meditation and self-reflection. Spirituality has become an important part of her life and is visible in her art. She's working daily towards her dream of becoming a full-time artist and sharing her divine feminine art with the world. So, Katerina, would you like to just say hello and tell us a little bit about why you are here right now? And then we're going to dive into the questions and really find out what makes you tick.
Yes, so I'm Katerina. I live in Switzerland in Montreux, and it's a really gorgeous weather. And I'm here right now because I had Leigh and Paula are amazing mentors, and they have changed my life completely. I started with you guys, I saw in Faves Memories last year, February. And it's been an incredible journey with you two, with the art and even my personal life. So it was amazing. It's amazing. That's all I can say. Yeah,
absolutely. I know it has been an amazing journey to see you grow and become the giant that you are. I mean, Paula and I get so excited every time we see you pop up in our timeline, don't we, Paula?
Oh yeah, watching you transform, from your start of 365-day doodles all the way to where you are now is just incredible. And to have walked along with you to do this journey is an honor, truly an honor to see you grow, thrive, change, and transform into who you are supposed to be. So really wonderful.
Yeah, it is truly amazing. I'm just going to say hello to everybody who's jumping on live. If you guys have got any questions for Katerina, do pop them in the comments, and we'll get to those afterwards, because we want to kick off and really dig deep into finding out all about Katerina, which is brilliant. I want to know, Katerina, what is your origin story? You know, how did you get to be doing what you are doing today with your art world? Share a little bit about that with us.
So I had in the beginning a little bit of a difficult time, and then one time I go to this little secondhand store, and the lady has known me for years, and she comes with this big pile of DVDs, and she says, they found this series, it's in English, I can't sell it, they only speak French here. And I said, yeah, well, okay. And I started watching this series. I've never cried so much in my whole life, I think. But it released something inside of me that allowed me to start drawing again and painting and finding the connection again to even now I get all emotional. And it's, I will be forever grateful because of that to this series, even though now it's like, going towards the end. But it allowed me to connect really again to my art and what I have inside my soul and that I want to share. And it started with portrait, but now it has evolved and changed. with the 365 doodles, it has changed and it has become more spiritual, more sensitive, more touching than in the beginning when it was just copying.
Yeah, that's amazing. Do you want to tell us a little bit about those 365 doodles? Because not everybody knows. And I mean, this is an amazing, amazing feat. Tell us a little bit about that.
So at one point I was, one evening I was just sitting here and I was like doodling, and then I was getting frustrated because everything I did looked cute and in my eyes not mature enough. And I missed this in my drawing and said, how can I get better? Well, the only thing to get better is practice. And that's when I took the decision. I said, I'm gonna, for 1 year, every day, I'm gonna make a drawing. If I feel like it or not, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, and somehow I never faltered. I never doubted or stopped, because it was something I wanted to I don't know, it's something inside afterwards that takes over, and it kind of finishes the day. And it was really, I still draw now in the evening because it has become a habit of doing this drawing. And it was quite an adventure, from the really simplistic drawings to now having a more mature artwork in the end. Yeah,
totally. They are absolutely beautiful. And for anybody who wants to know, you've also turned them into a book, haven't you?
Yes, it's a book. It's called 365 Days, and it's available on Amazon.
Good. We'll post the link in afterwards below. Go and have a look at that, guys. It is amazing. So yes, Paula, I'm sure you have got something that you want to discover about Katerina.
Oh my gosh, yes. The number one thing, I mean, I love the energy in your art, Katerina. I love how you show up with these poems and stuff, but you know, that's what I love. What do you love about the work that you do?
Well, it's the same thing, actually. It brings me every time back to who I truly am, without all the labels that people put on you. The Katerina is like this, Katerina always does that. And when I'm doing these paintings, all this falls away. It's like a meditation, more a meditative state that reminds me and always brings me back to my center, to who I am, again and again and again and again.
Oh my God, that's so beautiful. And for anybody who hasn't seen Katerina's work, you definitely do need to have a look at it, because I know when I look at your paintings, that's exactly how I feel. I almost like have this beautiful sigh. It's like, I feel like I've come home. So that's beautiful that, you know, in the way that you translate that. I feel exactly the same when I look at your work. It is spectacular.
Thank you.
So Katerina, I know this is a big question and sometimes a difficult one to answer, but maybe you can tell us, what is the biggest challenge that you've had to overcome as an artist?
It's something you mentioned in the beginning, actually, is that wanting the art to sell, and then focusing on that instead of just the art, letting it be art, letting it be its own thing, and not trying to put it in like a little box prison. Just let it be what it is, and that the sales will come when they come. And if they don't come, they don't come. It doesn't matter. The art is just there to be expressed.
Yeah, and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
How have you managed to transition from focusing on maybe the external things? I mean, have you noticed a difference in your energy when you've like put that to one side?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. It's less heavy.
Yeah.
This desire to sell makes everything very heavy. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah. Professionally speaking, what's the one thing that you're most proud of?
Professionally speaking, like from the technique, or
just in your art or your poetry or whatever, things that you do to sort of in your career rather than in your life?
That I'm proud of. Oh, that's a difficult one. That's actually more difficult than the first question.
Sorry.
I would say I keep going. I keep going with my art. That's what I'm proud of. Even, it's yeah, I just keep on going with my art, and the progress that I see since 1 year and now, and yeah, the progress is amazing. And to see it, to be myself aware that I made progress, and to accept that I made progress, because we're always our harshest judges ourselves when we don't see the progress we make very often. And to look back and see where I'm now, yeah, I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
We noticed, working with you, that you are willing to step into the unknown, that there's definitely that sense of, if we say do this because we know it works, and you actually step up and go, okay, even if you've never considered an idea before. That's what we see from where we're sitting, is you are willing to take that leap of faith, just to move yourself forward, which is really wonderful.
Yeah, it's a great quality to have, because I mean, obviously sometimes you need to question and challenge things, but you know when it's right to do that. And even if you are stepping into something that's maybe a little bit difficult for you, maybe there's a bit of fear factor. I mean, I don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but from where Paula and I sit, we just see Katerina say, yes, bring it on. What's next? What's next? I don't know, maybe you cursing us secretly behind closed doors.
No. Sometimes I'll grumble, I have to admit, because I'm not like a saint or something. But yeah, I do it anyway and try and see, and you can see the result or not. And then if you haven't, it's like a child that doesn't want to try a certain food. How do you know the food is good or not if you don't try it?
Exactly.
So for me, it's the same thing. You guys offer food, and we try it, and we say, nah, I don't, or yeah, it's okay, but you have to try it first.
Yeah, totally. And sometimes when you try something, maybe it doesn't work in that way 100% for you, but it gives you an opportunity or an idea, or it'll spark off something, and then you can see, from me trying to do this, maybe that didn't quite feel right or didn't quite work for me, but now I can see a different way. It opens up, new ideas and new creativity, which is so amazing, to just see you do that, embrace everything, and having that openness within your heart and your mind, because you are so, I don't want to say the word determined, because that's like, it almost seems like there's so much effort in it. It's just, to me, I just see you flowing towards your desires. That's what I see. It's this flow. I mean, from where I'm sitting, I don't ever see like a great amount of struggle on your part. I'm not saying that there aren't times where it does maybe feel, a bit uncomfortable, or you can sense the resistance. But certainly from a spectator's point of view, I just see, Katerina flowing in this beautiful place of grace and ease, and it's so wonderful to see. It's so inspiring.
Yeah, thank you. That might be from Aikido, actually, because the exams that we have, not the small ones, but the big ones for the black belts, they are quite challenging. They go for an hour and more, and you have to let go of everything to be able, you have to flow to be able to get, I don't want to say get through, but to get through the exam.
Okay.
Maybe that is the connection. And my teacher was very spontaneous and feeling and listening inside and letting the universe like come through you, so you can change the movement of the person. So yeah, maybe that's why flow for me is easier, because if there is resistance, the thing in the Aikido is or like when you have karate, there is against. And something that is against, it creates a lot of friction and tension. But if you go with it, if somebody comes and you go with it and you use the flow, something new and beautiful emerges. So that's why for me it's easier to go with the flow and with the things that you guys offer, because there is this feeling in the body that after 10 years, I did it 10 years, so I guess it's becoming normal in my system to go with the flow instead of against.
That sounds beautiful. I think I need to go and do Aikido now. Sounds wonderful. Maybe I'll just have to resort to beer and olives. I'm sure it's got the same effect.
Oh, I'm sure. Especially the beer.
Yeah. I'm just having a look at the questions here. Paula, did we miss one out?
No, I think the next one was, what's the best advice you have for artists who are just starting out? So do you have any advice for the people behind you?
Practice, and keep going, and don't try to be perfect. Don't try to be perfect. Just do something. Even if your circle looks like an oval, it's okay. You did something. Just keep going. At one point, the circle will be a circle, but it's oftentimes we try to be too perfect, and we stop doing anything instead of just keeping on and creating. I would say keep on doing.
I know practice is a really, really important aspect, I guess, of anything that we do.
Yes.
And I don't know about you, but I used to find myself in a place where I wanted to do things perfectly first time around. And if I couldn't do them perfectly, I certainly made sure that I practiced in private where nobody could see me messing up, because I was, I wanted to show up perfectly. Yeah. And it's such a relief not to feel like that anymore, because you put so much pressure. And again, you talk about massive amounts of resistance and, going against things. So now it's like, I don't mind showing up imperfectly, else we wouldn't be here. In actual fact, there's a great sense of release when you do that. And it's wonderful when you grow into something where you can see that improvement. I mean, you can over the last year in particular. It's more than 365 days. And also you were showing your work online as well. It wasn't like you were keeping them to yourself. You were you were putting them out on social media and sharing them with people right through that journey. So I think that is really, really good advice, guys. Take heed from Katerina on that one. Keep practicing. Okay, so now question number 6. What is the biggest takeaway after working with us? What is the thing that you have taken away that has meant the most to you working with Paula and I?
The biggest takeaway, that I can be an artist full time. That it's possible, that I don't need to doubt this. This is something that is achievable. It's not something that you just have to dream about. And you're giving all the tools that make this happen. I don't, that's for me what
yeah, that was
beautiful.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And you can be, you are, right? You have this opportunity to show your work and to create full time right now, and you're running with it. So yeah, that's amazing. And of course, the final question, because of people now probably curious about you, where can they find you and your art and buy your beautiful art?
So I'm on Facebook with my artist paint. I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on LinkedIn, and I have my personal webpage that is katerinakestemont.ch. So, and that's where you can reach me to buy art.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We'll pop all those links in the comments below. Guys, do reach out to Katerina. Go and have a look at her website. Follow her on Facebook or Instagram or wherever is your jam. Her paintings are delightful. They are so inspiring. They take my breath away. I get super, super excited when I see you, because I mean, you're doing those great like time-lapse videos now, and you're really getting involved in showing people a glimpse into your world other than just having a painting. It's wonderful to see you doing those time-lapse videos. Keep on cracking on it. You're doing an incredible job. And if anybody wants to know what it means to be a full-time artist, go and talk to Katerina. I've never known your work ethic is unbelievable in terms of the creating of your work and then taking responsibility for marketing and promoting yourself as well. Because so many artists don't understand just how joyful it can be to market their work. I mean, I know we kind of come to the end of the questions, but I want to ask you, how do you feel about marketing yourself?
For me, I think when you were speaking, it came into my mind immediately is that, like, if we don't market ourselves, we give our own power away to somebody else. If you give it to a gallery or, I don't know, somebody that takes care of your sales, you're giving your power away. You give away, in fact, the joy. Because if somebody comes to you and tells their story, why they buy your art, they tell it to you. They don't tell it to a gallery owner or a salesperson. And I think that's why it's so important to do it yourself, the marketing, because then you get the real exchange human to human and not something in between.
Beautiful.
We do have a question in the comments. What time of day do you feel the most creative, and how much time do you reserve each day for your art?
So I feel most creative in the evening. In the daytime, I often, or in the early morning, it feels like I have to have the time in day where everything outside is still quiet. And it depends. I can sometimes paint for 3 hours and sometimes it's only half an hour. It depends on the day. I don't have like a fixed schedule that I'm going to paint like 5 hours today. I don't want to confine the art, but I do paint every day.
Beautiful.
That's
That
wonderful.
was like the only question that I'm seeing in the comments here. So fantastic. Good stuff. So after we finish this video, we're going to post links. Katerina, if you want to post your social media links and stuff in the comments so people can find you and your website and your beautiful book, which I've had an opportunity to look at. Absolutely gorgeous, guys. If you want to see how someone transforms from longing to be an artist into an artist, this book, 365 Days, what's it called? 365 Days of Doodles?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, on Amazon by Katerina is the perfect example. You can watch her transform into wanting and into becoming. And it's an absolutely beautiful, stunning book to have for any artist who is dreaming about leveling up or dreaming about becoming an artist. This is the book that you want to see. So go and check that out. We'll have the links in the comments. Thank you so very much, Katerina, for joining us today. It's been lovely chatting with you and watching your journey and being a part of it. We are so grateful to have you in our lives, to have you from the very beginning of the Leigh and Paula journey. You were, I think, one of our first. So thank you very much, and keep going. Keep going.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing so openly and honestly with us. It was really lovely to hear some new things from you, because obviously we speak quite a lot, and there were lots of gems that I'd not heard before. So thank you so much for sharing so openly and honestly. And thank you everybody for joining us. We hope that you have enjoyed this session, and just to let you know that Paula and I will be coming live every single day until the 30th of April, and maybe even thereafter, either on my personal profile or on Paula's, and we'll be interviewing a brand new artist every single day until who knows when. We might keep this open-ended. It's a wonderful opportunity for artists to get their voice out there. If you are an artist and you want to be interviewed by Paula or I, give us a DM, send us a direct message. Let's have a conversation and see what we can do. Thank you so much, guys. As always, it is our pleasure to have you in our space. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening, afternoon, wherever you may be. Take it easy, guys. Bye-bye.